everyone, it's me, Rachel, and we are going to be doing some cooking today. Today we are making slow cooker lentil and ham soup. I've already gathered all the ingredients, so you are just going to see me throw stuff in. What is in the crock pot already is this piece of bone and meat that was left over from our ham that we cooked the other night. And I love lentils. Lentils do not take very long to cook at all, so this is good because it is after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I know that I can have this done for dinner because I got a late start. I am going to tell you how much of each thing is going to go into the slow cooker, but I'm not going to use that much, or I might use more. So we are going to start with, oh, by the way, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, and if you're coming back, happy to see you again, and please leave me a comment and like the video. So, as I said, I have this in here, and my hands are clean. And I have some of this that was at the bottom of the pan when I cooked it. So, I am going to add 4 cups of water here, and 1 cup here. The recipe calls for 4 cups of chicken broth and 1 cup of water. However, I don't use chicken broth. I use chicken bouillon, and I buy it in the biggest containers that are possible because I use it all the time. I also buy the beef bouillon, and I try to get it at Costco, or I used to anyway when we lived by Costco. So it's saying that you need to combine the 4 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of water, and it calls for 8 teaspoons of tomato sauce. So I'm just getting that in here. I've already went and measured out everything and put everything together. So I'm going to stir this, get it all mixed in. And then I'm going to put 2 cloves of minced garlic. This is also from Costco. I buy it in bulk because we use a lot of it. I have an extra thing on my pantry. What I want to do one of these days is I want to take my container that I have, because it takes up so much room in my refrigerator, is go and sort it all out into a what's it called? Sort it out into a smaller containers, some mason jars, so that way I can go and do water bath seals on it and have it on my back pantry, but only have to have a small container in my actual refrigerator. So we have the 2 cloves of minced garlic. Now we are using pepper, and I have to show you this. So cute. So my aunt passed away a couple of years ago, and she loved cobalt blue, and I was gifted some of her cobalt blue things, and I love it. I don't have any of it out except for my salt and pepper shakers right now because I have nowhere to put it. And when I get my she shed done, you will probably see a lot of it in there. So it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, but I love pepper. And I have been told that if you go and put your seasonings in by rubbing them between your hands, it releases the aromatics of them more. I don't know if that's true, but I smell pepper now. So 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. As I said, I love pepper. It also calls for 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And I don't measure. I just put. But if you're going to do it by the book, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And once again, I'm just going to put it in here like this. Okay, the next spice is going to be 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Get the lid off here. Get a little bit more. Okay. And got my oregano in here. It smells so good. I love the smell of spices. And the last spice that we're going to use is some thyme. If I can get the little shaky lid off. Okay. I actually need to refill my basil up. So this is calling for 1/2 teaspoon of basil as well. I apologize if you can hear the big dog barking. People keep going by in the on the snowmobiles because we got like 3 inches of snow, maybe. I don't know. How much snow did we get?
About 5 inches.
He says about 5 inches. He just came in from snow blowing, and he figures that is about what he had to remove from the driveway. So we have all of the spices in the crock pot. And I'm going to give that a little stir. And I think I'm going to flip this over a little bit because there's a lot of spices on top of it. Okay. So mix that up a little bit in there. And I'm going to make sure I turn this on right now because one time, and maybe you guys have done this too, but one time I went and I was doing something in the slow cooker, and a couple hours later I was like, gosh, it seems so weird that I'm not hearing or smelling anything. Because, you know, if you use a slow cooker, after a couple hours of your food cooking, your house smells delicious, like dinner. And it wasn't, and I realized I forgot to plug it in. I actually turned it on, but I didn't plug it in. So I just put in, it calls for 1 cup of celery, and I think I put in about 2 cups. We like veggies. And then I'm putting in, this was 1/2 an onion, and it calls for 1 cup of onion. So this is about 1 cup of onion, I would say. I did put in extra of the celery because my celery needs to be used up. I'll have to get some more next week. Hopefully it will be a decent price. Kind of looking forward to next month. Yeah, because it's February now. Because next month the corned beef should go on sale. And we really like corned beef. I was going through our freezer the other day and I did find a corned beef in there. And I'm going to have to go and get that one cooked up. But we haven't had corned beef in a while, so that would be nice. So I added in some carrots. These are some carrots that I got that were already shredded. I bought them that way because they're at a reduced price. And I think I paid like maybe under $1 for them. It was a pretty good price. And then I'm going to put that in last. See what I have left. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my lentils. I like to keep my beans, my dry beans, in containers like this. And The recipe is calling for 1 cup. And as I said, lentils cook up really fast. And I think it's interesting, and if you've had lentils before, you can let me know. But every time I make this, I always feel like I'm eating a lentil soup with cabbage and some ham. I always feel like I'm eating bean with bacon soup. So, which is fine because I enjoy eating bean with bacon soup. But that is the only thing that I can think of that pretty much comes close. And truth be told, I have other colors of lentils, but I haven't tried them. And from what I understand, they all have a different flavor. I prefer the red ones. They are, however, kind of hard to find sometimes. At least they are up here anyway. But so are a lot of the dry beans. And now I am adding in the ham. And so the recipe also calls for 1.5 cups of cubed ham. And it calls for 1 cup of lentils, 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of carrots, just diced carrots or chopped carrots. Like I said, I used the grated ones because I already had those and they needed used. And the thing that I did add is some cabbage. I could not find my recipe that I love. And so I am just going to add it to this recipe that I've never made before. So we're going to be in for a surprise tonight. The one thing that I did not add to this recipe was a bay leaf. And the reason why I did not add it is because hubby does not care for the flavor of bay leaf. So, not worried about the cabbage being up here and not having any liquid touching it really, because as it cooks down, this cabbage is going to wilt and then it will have the juice over it. And if it still doesn't, I will just add a little bit of chicken broth or chicken bouillon, and that's it. Now this should be done as soon as the vegetables get done. And so the only thing that usually takes a while as far as the vegetables that I put in is the carrots, but because they're grated, it shouldn't take that long. The ham's already cooked, and so it's just a matter of the vegetables getting tender, and I have it on high. So I'm guessing that it is about 220 right now. So by the time dinner is here, this should be ready. And I will come back later and show you what the end result looked like. If you're still here right now, why don't you show me a picture of a snowflake emoji, if they have one. Some kind of winter emoji, because it's snowing. And we might get a little bit more. Thank you for watching this far, and see you in a little bit when dinner's done. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is now time to try out the soup. And I did go and put a little bit of extra chicken broth in it, or chicken bouillon. And I'm thinking that this would be really good over a bed of some white rice too. it's really hot. Hold on for 1 minute. I had to go get a spoon. Oh my goodness, it is hot. You can't see me, but I'm blowing on my soup to cool it off. That is good. It's really good. And guess what? I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to go check right now. And I'll be back in a minute and I'll tell you what. So I'm back. I went outside to check. The dog just came back in from going outside. And he was kind of moist. And so I know that we are supposed to be expecting snow, according to the computer, in about 3 hours. However, it appears it may have started sooner. And there's mixed reviews on how much we are supposed to get, but we might get some more snow before tomorrow. And if you are still here, leave me a red heart. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I am hoping by making foods like this that people will learn how to use stuff from their pantry, like lentils. And lentils are really great because you can use them for a lot of things. If you go and put them in a mason jar and let them soak for a bit overnight, and then you just keep rinsing them and keeping them in that jar, you can make some sprouts with it. And lentils will sprout very fast, so in the dead of winter you can have something green to eat, and that's fresh. And you can also go and plant your dry beans and grow more beans with them. So if something were to happen, you can create more food from the food that you have. And these are things that are really important to know how to do, because dry beans are almost a forever food. They'll last for a very, very long time if they're stored correctly. And so it's really important to have dry beans and rice. White rice will last considerably longer than the other types of rice because they don't have as much oil in them. And one thing that I've done for my pantry is I make sure Tom Cruise is on TV, everyone. Our dog does not like him. So, back to what I was saying. I have tons of spices because I figure one of these days, if all I'm going to have to eat is dry beans and rice, especially the rice, because with the rice I can add a little bit of sweetener and some cinnamon and make it a dessert, or I can add something savory, and you could do a lot of stuff with rice. So best of all worlds if you have a lot of spices to choose from to change it up. So instead of your rice tasting the same every single day, you can make it taste like something you want to eat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Like the video and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've used lentils and what color of lentils that you like the most. As I said, I've only used the red ones so far, and I really like those. I do have the other ones, I just haven't used them yet. So, thank you for watching, and keep warm and stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!